Hello everybody and welcome back to the Midfield Pivot. It's your boy BHoli, back with an episode of the games that happened over the weekend and my takeaways from it. Before we get started, once again, I want to thank you guys for your support, thank you guys for watching the channel, thank you for the shares and the likes, thank you for the comments and the actions. Without further ado, let's get into it. In what arguably has to be the game of the weekend, Man City 2, Spurs 3. What a game. End-to-end stuff. Tactically, also a very good game. Conte set up the Spurs side so well to, deal with Man City. It was an end-to-end game, and Spurs ended Man City's 15-game unbeaten run. I mean, these guys have been unbeaten since October 2021. So to finally lose a game, that's really great. Spurs are set up very defensively, as we all expect them to be, but not in the sense of them not having any attacking threats at all. It seemed that Conte was really counting on the counter. Conte was counting on the counter, whatever. Anyway, Conte was counting on the counter there to try and get something out of this game, and you know what? To be honest, it worked. That early goal as well set them in a very good state to be able to implement that game plan. Kulisevich's full debut, and he scores a goal in his debut against arguably the best team in the world. So that's pretty good, on their part. Pep as well. Pep Guardiola played into Conte's hands a bit with his tactics. Sometimes the thing with Pep, he isn't very, he isn't very flexible. He likes what he likes, and he plays the way that he plays. So it's almost easy to set up your side to deal with what he's going to throw at you. And that's what Conte did. He threw his side up to be solid in defense. They had a great bank of 4-5. Should you say 6-3-1 at some point, the way they were defending, when they were out of possession. And when they got the ball, there's this pace of Kulisevic and Son and Kane's hold-up play and his ability to distribute the ball onto those runners really set them up well for this game. Anyway, what happened? That Kulisevic scored first in the opening 4 minutes, and then City equalized through a Hugo Lloris howler. I mean, Hugo Lloris has mistakes in him, guys. There's a lot of mistakes in him. Another one was made here, and City were able to equalize and make it 1-1. And then second half, Kane came through and scored his first of his brace. Game carried on. Then City equalized through a penalty. It looked like it was going to be a 2-2 game after that, but then, you can never write off Harry Kane. He actually showed today why Pep had three or four bids put in for him during the off-season break. His ability to step up when you really need him to was on case in this game. Maybe it's because it's a bigger team and, he felt like something to prove. Then he really did step up here. He scored the winning goal there, a great header there from I think a Kulisevic assist. To actually win the tie 3-2 at the end. He was a menace to City's defense all game. It was a problem. He was dropping deep, pulling Diaz and Laporte out of position to bring space for Son and Kulisevic to bomb past them, laying the ball off to them only when they made those runs. It was a real Harry Kane masterclass. So showing, and I think it made it clear to Pep why I keep saying that Pep needs a recognized striker because of things like this. It's difficult for them to. They create a lot of chances, but they don't have that physical presence, in the box that can hold the ball up like Kane do and will take those, chances. Yeah, having Bernardo there, Sterling there, I guess, if you make enough chances, they will score. But in a game like we saw on over the weekend, you need your striker as well to be able to hold the ball up to allow your runner space to run past you. So yeah, it just showed again why they had to sign Harry Kane in the summer, and then not signing Harry Kane really cost them in this game. Yes, it's just one loss. Since October, first loss in 15 game unbeaten run. But what this loss does is that it gives people like Liverpool and Chelsea hope, because now the gap between City and Liverpool is only 6 points, and Liverpool have a game in hand. And these two teams seem to play each other. So you see how now it changes up the dynamic for Liverpool in that sense that they actually have some sort of, hope that they can actually catch these guys. So yeah, I would say that this game, the takeaway from this game is that it's thrown the league wide open again. I want to speak about is the Leeds Man United game. Well, wow. Taking from this game, let's see what I came up with. Was it a game that displayed great attacking or a game that displayed poor defending? You know, sometimes there are games like this where both teams are really going for goals and they're really attacking, and because both teams' defense are so poor, these teams keep creating chances and keep scoring. And it ends up looking like it was a game, an exciting game full of chances and stuff. When actually, defensively, these teams, I mean, they both lacking. They're both lacking defensively. No team really took the game much better than they can controlled it. So maybe Man United in the beginning, but even though they were controlling the game, sort of, Leeds still had plenty of chances to score. It's just that they didn't take them. Probably because they're missing Bamford and things like that. But yeah, I mean, once again, Man United's Jerkyl Hyde syndrome came to the fore. Usually they play have a really good first half and then have a terrible second half. This time it was slightly different. They had a okay, maybe great first half where they scored a corner from Quinn Maguire scored that goal from the corner. And mind you, that's the first corner they scored in a first goal they scored from a corner in 140 corners. You know what I'm saying? So they took 140. They didn't score in 140 corners until yesterday. So it's yes, like bro, there's a lot of corners not to score in. But anyway, finally they broke that curse. Hopefully, they scored from the corner in the first half. Went to halftime. I don't know what gets said to these players during the halftime break. Maybe that's something that Rangnick needs to work on because something seems to happen during the halftime break. When the boys come out for the second half, they always seem to be just flat or prone to mistakes or maybe a bit nervous even. What happened in this game is that they came in from the break. Leeds went at them and they were able to actually score a second goal. That's Man United, for instance. So now then it became 2-0. And no, this is where you're thinking, wow, I guess they finally gone over that whole Jekyll and Hyde syndrome, like I call it, where they have bad second halves. But no, I was wrong. They were 2-0 up and then managed to concede 2 goals in 3 minutes. 2 goals in 3 minutes to bring the score to 2-2. Yeah, you could, complain that maybe the second goal was a foul on Bruno, but then again, I mean, it's a premiership, right? Gotta be stronger. So from being 2-0 up, they were 2-2 in 3 minutes. It's really disappointing the way that United capitulate. They almost like tense up and then just concede. It's so yeah, that's what happened again. So Chicken and Hyde, Dr. Jekyll showed up. But then what's different about this time, Rangnick made changes. He made 2 changes which were suspect at the time, but they turned out to be perfect. He took Pogba off and he took I can't remember Lingard off. To Pogba and Lingard off, brought on Ilanga and the man Pastor Fred. And lo and behold, Pastor Fred scored the third goal, Ilanga scored the fourth goal to bring the score to 4-2 and it went for Man United. Some would say it deserved win. And I always believe that the team that wins the game is not deserved to win the game. So Rome is not deserving whatever. Whoever wins deserves to win because they won. So anyway, yeah, they sort of in this game displayed a bit more, toughness to be able to come back from Leeds equalizing to carry win the game. But this has to be a real concern to Ralph Rangnick and any other Man United fans that the Man United side struggles after the break. It might be something is happening during this halftime discussions or halftime team talks that's causing them to come back on the second half very tense and very nervous. It's something that they have to look at because if they don't fix it, they're going to keep doing it being Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, where they have good first halves and terrible second halves. Right, in the race for top four, because, I mean, we're talking about Man United right now, and that's all they're playing for, the top four trophy. Anyway, in the race for top four, West Ham drew one on the Newcastle. And it looks like they might be out of the race now with that result. They might be just a bit too far away. Well, interesting thing about this game, that reports came out afterwards that apparently Chris Wood, the Newcastle striker, was making meowing sounds, like cat sounds, like meow, to Kurt Zuma during the game. And well, suffice to say, if he was, that's some good shithousery. And long may it continue. I wonder if Kurt Zuma gets traumatized by hearing meowing now. Anyway, in the next game, Arsenal beat Brentford 2-1. Um, Arsenal, for me, are in the best position to get top four. I'll put my money on them getting top four unless they pull out Arsenal and capitulate. But right now, I think that they're in the best position to get top four. They have 3 games in hand over United and are only 4 points behind them. So they're in prime position. If they just keep playing the way they're playing, keep picking up the victories against the smaller clubs, they should be able to leapfrog Man United. The interesting thing about this game was Xhaka refusing the captain's armband after Lacazette was substituted. So the captain for the game was Lacazette. At some point during the game, he was then substituted and then gave the armband to the guy coming on, I think it was Saka. And Saka was supposed to give that armband to Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka literally refused. He said, nah, fam, I don't want the armband. And Saka had to hold on to it until he could eventually give it to Kieran Tierney. So what does that mean? I mean, how can a player refuse to wear the armband? Is it a sign of him sulking over the armband being taken away from him? Because I think it is. I think it's just sulking that will take it away from him. So it's like, you know what? I don't want the armband. You can't give it to me now because your captain is off. I don't want to be a captain either. Or is it a matter of maybe the pressure is too much for him? He doesn't want to have that extra burden. I mean, either way, whatever it is, it's a bad look. It's a bad look for one of your leaders of the team to literally refuse to take the armband. And of course, in the race to the top four, you also have Spurs, who got that victory over Man City. They're also 3 games behind United, but they are 7 points behind them. So 3 games in hand and 7 points behind them. So, depending on the results, they could also leapfrog United. So, but I have less faith in Spurs. They are very inconsistent. So I'm not gonna really put them above Arsenal in terms of getting the top four. I still think Arsenal are in prime position to get it. The other team then in the race is Wolves, who have 2 games in hand over Man United, and they're 6 points behind. So again, they aren't looking that great. Also, very inconsistent side. I mean, all 4 of these, to be fair, all 4 of these sides, I mean, all 5 of these sides, Man United, West Ham, Arsenal, Spurs, and Wolves, suffer from inconsistency. So again, whatever team can string a run of results together is the one that's going to get top 4. Arsenal have the best opportunity, but we'll see if they actually do it. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about the top 4. I think it'll be Arsenal 4th and maybe Man United 6th or 7th. Anyway, now in quickfire games, Chelsea won, Crystal Palace 0. Chelsea came back from the Club World Cup exploits with a nice golden badge in the center of the shirt. Very nice badge. I love it. But they are struggling to score goals. They couldn't score a goal against Crystal Palace until the 90. What was it? Until really late on when Ziyech scored the winning goal. The issue they're having is Romelu Lukaku. Romelu Lukaku is being a bit of a problem for Thomas Tuchel. He even had these comments to say about himself. So there's some sort of issue happening there. I mean, Romelu only had 7 touches the whole game. He only touched the ball 7 times, guys. Yes, the goal came from him shooting. I get you. Granted, fair enough. But for your striker, your focal point of your attack, to only touch the ball 7 times against the Crystal Palace defense, something is going on over there. It's almost like he's going back to Milan. Might as well be back in Milan. So Tuchel having a bit of a hard time. I think he needs to remotivate Romelu, or maybe try and hope Werner can start scoring goals, because as it stands right now, they're gonna struggle if they keep struggling to score goals like this. I'm not gonna jinx them, but they're not that far away from the teams fighting for 4th. They're not that far away. My favorite part of the weekend, the team of the weekend. So without further ado, let me show you who made it into the team of the weekend. In goals, we have Pope from Burnley. Fantastic game, clean sheets. It's almost regaining that form that had him being England's number 1. He's regaining that form, and I do always rate him higher than Pickford. Pickford has too many mistakes for me, and Pope is a much better goalkeeper. So for that reason, Pope makes it the team of the week. In defense, I'm gonna start on the left of defense there. Chimikas from Liverpool made into the team with his 1 assist. Solid game from the kid. Nothing much, nothing really spectacular, but that assist was pretty good. So yeah, it makes it in. Also, he had a lot of chances to score. He had a chance earlier on and he didn't take it. Was always in the box there. A really good replacement for Robertson, a good option for Klopp to have. Next to him, I'll have Harry Maguire. I never thought it'd ever be my team of the week, but there we go. Captain Fantastic. In the team of the week there with his headed goal. Reason why he's in here is because it's the first goal Man United have scored in 140 corners. That surely deserves a spot in the team of the week. Next to him there, we have Christian Romero, who, look, I'm not going to act like he had a clean sheet there, but the way he was putting it through his body on the line, fighting hard in every tackle, being smart with his tackling as well. Goal line clearance there near the end to secure the win for Spurs. Definitely deserves the team of the week for this week. And then on the right there, Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts in an assist there for Burnley. Burnley did really well. I mean, to win 3-0 for 3 goals for Burnley, that's saying something. So yeah, Burnley made it to the team, the Connor Roberts. In midfield, you know what? It's so nice to have the King back. King Mo Salah. 1 goal there. One brilliant goal. If you guys haven't seen that goal, Google Salah's goal. An amazing run, great goal. Next to him there with his teammate, Henderson. Henderson there had 1 assist. Solid game by him. Whenever things were looking a bit tough for Liverpool, he always seems to step up and embodies that captain spirit. So he deserves the spot on the team. Next on the other side of the wings, we have Kulusevich from Spurs. What a great debut by this kid! A great debut there. The pressure that you're feeling for on your debut. He wasn't play the way he played, just freedom. Defensively solid. Listened very well to what Conte said he must do. Did it very well there. Was almost nullifying Cancelo. Almost nullified Cancelo. So tried to. Now I don't say he did, but almost nullified Cancelo there. So and obviously got the goal and an assist. So great game by Kulisevich. Definitely deserves the spot in the team of the week. 2 number 10s this week, Bruno Fernandes and Heung-min Son. Yes, Heung-min Son. 1 goal, 1 assist for both of them. Look, they did well. They did well. It's nice to see these 2 players, premium players, actually stepping up and doing the things which we all want to see them do. So because of that, in the team of the week. And then our striker up front, lone striker, the man Sir Harry Kane. Another Harry Kane masterclass, 2 goals, a brace there, held up the ball so well. Like I said earlier, was able to pass the ball on to the runners going past him. Fantastic game, masterclass in how to play central striker, central forward. So yeah, guys, that's the team of the week. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know your team of the week. Now, I guess a dessert for the takeaways. I saw the weirdest story earlier on today where a Kiwi or a New Zealand women's soccer team was playing the United States women's national soccer team over the weekend, and a weird thing happened there. One of the Kiwi defenders, the New Zealand defenders, scored a perfect hat trick. Perfect hat trick, guys. That means left foot, right foot, and the head. Unfortunately, it was a hat trick of own goals. It's I know it's sad, but also it's bloody amazing. I mean, score a perfect hat trick is a real feat, but to do it all his own goals as well, that's pretty sad. So yeah, Michaela, what's her name again? Michaela Moore scored 3 own goals and got subbed off, all in the first half, mind you. 3 own goals in the first half, got subbed off in the 40th minute, and she's gonna be famous for this. So I don't want to make it a bigger thing, but it is really an amazing feat by her. Hopefully she recovers from it and doesn't think that she's a terrible player. I mean, these things happen. Own goals happen, and we still need to give her props for scoring a perfect own goal. So yeah, guys, Michaela Moore, everybody. Hey guys, thank you for your support. Thank you for watching your boy. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for interacting with me. The show would be nothing without y'all, and I really appreciate that. Please share to those you want to share with, so they can also subscribe. Get the numbers up. But yeah, anyway, guys, once again, thanks for watching. Those are the weekend takeaways. Until next time. Peace.